Hey guys, one of my followers asked me a really great question. What do I do if I'm having a fat day or I'm feeling incredibly uncomfortable in my body whilst I'm in recovery? It's completely normal to feel that way. Not every day is going to feel like you're in a perfect state of mind or you're completely comfortable. And a lot of things that add to that are things such as fatigue. Maybe you're tired, you haven't slept well. The amount of water you're drinking, whether you're retaining water. The foods you've eaten. So some foods tend to make you feel a little bit more bloated. Some foods you may have an intolerance to and you're not actually aware of that intolerance. So I would highly advise the possibility of going for a blood test to see which foods you are intolerant to or that your stomach is being inflamed by. What often happens is our stomachs, because we have abused them for so long, they become very intolerant to certain foods, and it causes a lot of inflammation in the gut, and that inflammation can definitely add towards feelings of bloatedness throughout your day. I would also take a look at your emotional state. Because the process of recovery and eating disorders is not about the food, often there's an emotional attachment to the level of discomfort that we feel in our bodies. So you may find that you just had a difficult conversation with someone, or maybe you're feeling insecure or fearful or anxious, and your subconscious mind will immediately attach that emotional feeling to your body because there is a inability to disconnect the two. Remember that our eating disorders often came from a place of trying to cope with emotional feelings. And so it can often be that our emotional state is reflecting in our body state. Another thing that can affect us feeling like we are a bit uncomfortable in our day, in our body, is our hormones. A lot of women who have had eating disorders have had problems with their menstrual cycles. You may find that your imbalance of your hormones is heavily affecting your ability to feel comfort in your body. If you are deficient in certain hormones, a lot of the time that can induce feelings of bloatedness or water retention. So what I might do again is go for blood tests where you're able to identify the hormone imbalances in your body, and then you might be able to start healing those with hormone therapy or medication. So now that you have a little bit of an understanding of why it may be that you are feeling like you're having a fat day, it might be a good idea to do some of the following in order to cope. The first one is to acknowledge that it's just a feeling and that it will pass, and that there are going to be good days and there are going to be bad days. What you need to not do is try and counteract that feeling by trying to control your body more. Sometimes if you're fatigued and therefore you are feeling bloated and your body is feeling lethargic, then you feel out of control of your body and you might want to restrict your food or go and over exercise. However, this is counterintuitive because then you're only further fatiguing your body, which is going to perpetuate the feeling of bloatedness and bodily discomfort. The second thing to do is to talk about it. So reach out to someone that you trust and love and just let them know how you're feeling, because a problem shared is always a problem halved, and even if it doesn't make any sense, it always helps to get those feelings and thoughts out. Don't underestimate the beautiful magic of sharing what you're feeling as a way of helping lighten the load. The third thing that you can do is meditation, or getting some kind of way to free your mind of the obsessive thoughts that you are having. So whether it's going for a gentle walk or doing some yin yoga is really a great way to just completely relax the mind and connect to the body in a loving way. Or get yourself out of those thoughts by seeing how you can help someone else in the day. Some other things that you can do is wear comfortable clothing that doesn't make you feel tight and restricted. If you can wear something that makes you feel good about yourself, that's always a great idea. Try not to isolate. I know that when you are feeling uncomfortable in your body, it's always the go-to to stay in a dark room and not let the world see you, but try not to isolate yourself too much. Obviously, with COVID at the moment, we need to isolate, but what I mean by isolation is still keep your lines of communication and networking open. So contact friends, chat to a family member. The last thing that I would advise is to ask yourself the question, am I going to allow this fear and discomfort that I'm feeling in this temporary moment rob me of the joy that I could feel in it? Because there is always joy to be felt. There is always good to be found. And it is up to you to make that decision on whether you're going to allow it to have power over you. I know it seems easier said than done, but it really is about making that decision to just say, you know what? I'm not going to give you power today. I'm going to choose to love my life today, regardless of how I feel in my body. So make the choice. Make the choice to allow yourself the love that your body and your mind and your heart and soul is so craving, that you can recognize this as just a feeling and that it too shall pass. With that said, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask me or any topics that you'd like to see going forward, please just pop me a message or comment below and let me know. And I will see you in the next video. And remember guys, it's not about the food.